Alright, so this lecture will walk you through how to write a literature review, and maybe in more than one part depending on how long this takes. So a literature review is kind of like an annotated bibliography, except that you're writing an essay in which you're synthesizing the information you've learned from the articles that you're reviewing. So you're not just doing a bibliography and talking about each one independently of each other, you're actually putting them together in essay form, grouping your sources together in a way that makes sense to you. So you're going to be doing 2 lit reviews for this final writing project. The first one is a practice one where I'm asking you to just to write a lit review with only 5 sources, and then you're going to add 5 more sources to that practice lit review, and that's going to actually be part of your essay. In a few moments I will show you a sample of a literature review and walk you through it, and you'll see where a lit review normally sits in a paper, and in a kind of a class that uses a lit review. It'll have its own section of the paper. Alright, so you're going to have an introduction that identifies your topic or area of concern. In this case, it is looking at literature that discusses solutions to your problem. You're going to, hopefully, and some of these things you may not be able to do, but just to give you an idea of what an actual lit review is all about, I'm going to walk through all the steps, even if you don't wind up doing all of them yourselves. Because you may not be ready to point out the overall trends and what has been published about the topic. In your 10 topics, in your 5 for the practice 1, that may not be enough to really see what the trends are. And what we mean by trends is that, in general, the solutions to the problem of food scarcity in children in CMS is to give them lunches at school, right? So all the articles might talk about, lunches. That would be the trend, that all the articles talk about lunches. What do most of the articles talk about? So you may be able to see a trend, or you may not in what you're finding. Why are you reviewing the literature, and explaining what criteria you're going to use. So are you going to arrange your sources in a particular order? Are you going to be looking at the ones that you're going to be rejecting? Are you looking at articles that you might be borrowing from? There's some method to your madness, or some reason that you're looking at these particular articles. Are they all ones from the past year? Are they all ones that have to do with the age group you're looking at, the city you're looking at? What is your justification for pulling these particular articles? In other words, the point is not to go out and grab 10 random articles and hope that they all have something in common. The idea is that you're finding articles that have something to do with your topic, specifically chosen in a deliberate way. So this kind of ensures that you're not just bouncing all over the place and getting 10 sources because your instructor told you needed 10 sources, but you're deliberately thinking about, how am I gathering these articles? For what reason am I putting them together? So all of that goes in your introduction. And I'm going to stop that here, at this point, and then pull up the sample for you to look at, and then we'll go on to writing the body.